Jesus Christ, the Good Shepherd. When Jesus predicted the punishment while giving warning against the teachers of the law and Pharisees, he explained in Matthew chapter 23, verses 29 to 36. Abel was mentioned as one of the innocent men. Abel was the second son of Adam and Eve and the brother of Cain. Abel was a shepherd whose offering of the firstlings of his flock were accepted by God. Genesis chapter 4 verse 4 and Hebrews chapter 11 verse 4. The duties of a shepherd. A shepherd must find grass and water in a dry and stony land. Psalms 23 2. He must protect his charges from weather and fiercer creatures. Amos 3:12. He should retrieve any strayed animal. Ezekiel 34:8 and Matthew chapter 18 verse 12. When his duties carried him far away from human haunts, a bag held his immediate necessities. This we read in 1 Samuel chapter 17. That is, David took his shepherd's stick and then picked up 5 smooth stones from the stream and put them in his bag. With his catapult ready, he went to meet Goliath, put his hand into his bag, met him, and took out a stone which he slung at Goliath that hit him on the forehead and broke his skull, and Goliath fell face downwards on the ground. This we read in 1 Samuel chapter 17 verses 40 to 49. And a shepherd may live in a tent that might be his own dwelling. This we read in the Song of Songs chapter 1 verse 8. He may use dogs to assist him. Job 31. The shepherd on duty was liable to make restitution for any sheep lost. Genesis 31:39, unless he could effectively plead circumstances beyond his foresight or control. Exodus chapter 22 verses 10 to 13. Ideally, the shepherd should be strong, devoted, and selfless. In the Old Testament, God is delineated as the shepherd of Israel. Genesis 49:24, Psalms 23:1 and 81. Tender in his solitude. Isaiah 40:11. Yet able to scatter the flock in wrath or gather it again in forgiveness. Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 10. Two shepherds mentioned in the Old Testament are Moses, Isaiah 63:11, and the heathen executor of God's purposes, Cyrus, Isaiah 44:28. The denunciation of the faithless shepherds is described in Ezekiel chapter 34, Jeremiah chapter 23 verses 1 to 4, and chapter 25 verses 32 to 38. And in Ezekiel 34:23, God appoints one shepherd, which portrays Christ. Hebrews 13:20 and 1 Peter 2:25 and 1 Peter 5:4. These portions mentions about Christ's mission as shepherd and chief shepherd. Apostle John in chapter 10 mentions about the using of the door as a mark of the true shepherd and the familiarity of the sheep with the voice of their leader. John stresses the relationship of Christ, his followers, and God, and also in bringing one flock of the other sheep. John chapter 10 verse 16, and the rejection of those who are not the true sheep of Christ. God himself is a good shepherd for his own sheep. Ezekiel 34:11. He gave his life for us so that we shall have eternal life. John chapter 10 verse 11. God, being the good shepherd, judges not only the selfish shepherds but also the wicked sheep. He cares for our physical and spiritual well-being. Ezekiel 34 teaches us to care for those who are unfortunate the poor orphans and widows. The social injustice prevalent in the society nowadays has to be curtailed. When the Lord restores, we shall live in peace as the sheep of his pasture. The Lord's my shepherd, I'll not want. He makes me down to lie in pastures green. He leadeth me the quiet waters by.